Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through clearly? What's going on, peeps? Thanks, everybody that's checking this out on the live play and everybody that's going to be checking this out on the replay crew as well. Shout out to all y'all. Can you dig it? Much love. We got Lucas Weber in the building already. Much love, bro. Oh yeah, I did see that Resident Evil trailer earlier. It looks it looks pretty interesting. And they seem to be going in a much different route than the last set of movies. So we'll see what's up. What up, Sin Havoc 5150? What up, Integrity? This had me laughing. He's like, am I in an alternate universe? Did Sky just start on time? What the yo? You know what's funny? I was still late, but I just put the stream up earlier. You know what I mean? But I still had to start it a little late. Y'all know me. Look, I be trying to gather intel for y'all, right? Crazy. What up, Elena Deli? Much love, bro. Trying to let these fire trucks pass and stuff. Crazy, bro. Crazy world. I want to thank y'all for rocking out, though. This should be a dope discussion. Don't know how long it's going to be, though. We just here for a good time, not necessarily a long time. It is. I want you guys to all smash that like, share, and subscribe, as well as that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video. All that good stuff, man. It should be very fun. And shouts out to y'all. What's going on, Frank C? Said the nightly side. Right? Crazy. As soon as I go live. Right, what's going on, L Necron, aka L Boogie? Gathering intel, bro. Much love. Hey, he been getting it in lately, man. The cool table been high rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just leave it at that. Doing much part to the homie L Necron. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be somewhere else, kind of doing it big too. But hey, and that's for that's for y'all. What's going on, Alan Belt? Much love, bro. All right, let's go ahead and should gather intel at the end. Yeah. Look, I had the homie Nar the Misfit on last night, and I don't know if you guys heard this, but he shared a theory that had been shared with him, you know, by somebody that may or may not know something. Just a theory, just a feeling, right? And I wanted to kind of talk about that more in detail tonight because I think it's going to be very interesting thing or an interesting topic going forward. What up, Rock Talks? What up, Bass Reeves? We got Twisting Kicks. Much loves. Twists and Kicks. There we go. Twists and Kicks. There we go. Yeah. Said, man, where's Stino? Hey, back soon, bro. Back soon, right? But there was a theory brought up that, hey, maybe Netflix is playing the long game, right? And maybe what you are seeing now is an attempt to kind of let Paramount have their say. Just shared the story about the lawsuits. What lawsuit? Oh my god, bro! I don't even know what's going. I'm out of the blue. I mean, yeah, I'm out the loop, rather. I'm out of the loop, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Anyway, we'll get to that in 1 second. But there was a theory that Paramount is kind of just allowing themselves or that Netflix is allowing Paramount to kind of try to get this deal done, because that would be the only way for them to kind of shut up about it, right? Because they clearly hadn't been intentioning on stopping, right? They just kept asking. They were hovering over the entire deal, and now we're getting all this info about how much foreign influence is going to be involved in this deal. And not only that, but you couple that with a couple different things that I think is very interesting. One, the fact that David Zaslav's pay package didn't get approved. I think that is a little bit more that is a little bit deeper than people may realize, right? I think there may have been an alternate reason for that people might not be discussing, right? But also, I think that this, I mean, are we going to be honest? Look, they sitting there talking about it's at 50% now or 49.5. It's going to be at 60% in like less than a couple years. I bet at least 70, 80, 90, 100. Right. But not only that, and then you couple that with the reporting that, Netflix was trying to sabotage the deal. Right. So why would Netflix be trying to sabotage this deal and trying to break it up if they didn't plan on, Paramount being sued by their own subscribers? Oh my God. Say it ain't so, Rock Talks. Say it ain't so, bro. Say it ain't so. All right. But yeah. Yo, you're going to have the EU suing, right? They don't want this going down. And you got attorney generals talking about they might be suing. They getting sued by their own subscribers. Taylor Sheridan's left. Right? Wow, man. Wow. But anyway, back to the sabotage angle, right? Yeah. Why? He said Xfinity is suing Paramount too. Oh my goodness. Why would Netflix be trying to sabotage this deal if there is no plan on possibly trying to revisit this thing? Maybe that's also why they didn't up their deal. I mean, their offer. Don't you guys recall that everybody was like, yo, and Netflix could just up their offer? Maybe that's another reason why they didn't up their offer. Right? See, I wasn't even going to go down this angle until after last night. Right? I really wasn't even going to go down this angle until after last night. And I didn't know that Nard was going to say that anyway. Like, we didn't talk before the stream or anything. Right? But crazy. What's going on, Rebel Moon Theory? Much love, bro. Y'all be sure to give that man a subscribe. If you are a Rebel Moon fan, he is where the Rebel headquarters is, yo. Everything dealing with that entire universe, he got it covered. So give him a subscribe for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was a great conversation last night, Necron. I actually was talking to the homies afterwards, and I was thanking them for all their insight, because that was a great conversation. Great conversation. Hilarious when I realized that was Cassandra Cain. I low-key need to clip that, right? That was crazy. That was nasty work. I was like, what? I was like, she was in the movie. I'm sitting there, they just talking about it. Anyway, so yeah, I think when you add up all of these angles, you know, it looks, I don't know, it looks a little interesting to me, right? Looks a little interesting to me. Hold on. Look, because let's pull this up. You got, he said, y'all talk about the long game, and then the losses happening today is too funny. Bro, we are ahead of the curve, Smack. I'm trying to tell you, bro. We are ahead of the curve, dog. They be trying to call us crazy, say we don't know what we talking about. They just hating. Right? Which I'm gonna get to them lawsuits in 1 second because I ain't even know what was going down, right? But let's talk about this because why did his payout get denied? Why did that happen? You guys think? Right? So look, think about this. They have these things, I mean, they have these conditions that, you know, if he hits certain things, certain milestones, payout could have been all the way up to like over $800 million, right? So, I mean, look, y'all stop me if I'm wrong, okay? Now, if his goal was to get the company sold, right? And if they were so happy with the deal and they were truly getting the best deal possible, because when they was voting on or talking about the Netflix deal, wasn't everybody talking about how he might not get paid, right? Everybody seemed happy. It seemed like that was on the up and up. Could this not be going through now because they need that other deal, the one that they really wanted to do, right? The one that they turned down this deal over 9 times for, right? If this deal was so great, right? Why weren't they willing to come to the table earlier? Why did they keep turning them down over and over and over and over and over again, just to end up virtually accepting like a very, very similar deal? Right? I mean, these are just questions. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. Been wrong before. Will be wrong again in the future. Right? But I don't know. Autobot says Netflix was like, you couldn't live with your own failure. And what did that bring you? Right back to me. Yeah, because and Nar also brought up a great point. He was like, hey, people was taking that quote that he said, like, hey, even if this deal falls through, we'll be a couple billion richer and we'll just go back to business. He's like, yo, like, that could have been back to the business you was just doing, which was selling to Netflix, right? Crazy. I don't know. Could be. Right? I mean, there's a lot of, and I'm going to go into why Netflix may still be trying to get this deal done in 1 second, too. Right? But I also want to, bring this back up. right? Just so you guys know that I'm not just making this up. This was that Puck News article where Eric Gardner was reporting, hey, suspicions are building inside Paramount and beyond that Netflix is astroturfing Hollywood's Block the Merger campaign and engaging with regulators about the deal. Netflix denies it all, but the growing push to kill Warner Mount is very real. So, this is not just me making this up. This was somebody else reporting and saying, hey, this is what I'm hearing. Is that Netflix is astroturfing this thing. So say that's not true, Rock Talks. Say that's not true. I just think it's crazy how the narrative being pushed by certain folks right now is, can the Snyderverse be filmed in Saudi Arabia? Like, bro, that didn't happen, bro. I refuse to believe. Bro, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on out there, man. I don't know. I just know what's going on over here, right? In the syndicate, right? Just saying. So anyway, he said no lie. I mean, hey, I refuse to believe that, bro. I refuse. You made that up. Anyway, look, I was just saying, right? So if they're behind the scenes trying to block the merger, right? Why would they be doing that? Why would that be the case? Right? I don't know. He said, "Oh my god, bro, what is going on, bro? I don't." Yo, I don't know what be going on with these content creators, bro. I don't know. I just know what we be talking about, and that's it. That's it, bro. Oh my god. Anyway, man, look, these are just questions. So if Netflix is secretly behind the Block the Merger campaign, why would that be the case, right? Why wouldn't they wouldn't they just not care? Wouldn't it? And wasn't there a quote about how they were flexing their merger and acquisition muscles recently? Ain't that what just happened? This is some nasty work, boy. This is some nasty work. Hey, he said they got the grant. Oh my god, y'all bugging, bro. Anyway, these are all questions that I'm just asking, right? And another reason why this may be the case, right? Shout out to homie Frank C. Much love, Nessa. How you doing? Much love to you and the family. You know what I mean? For sure. Right. Anyway, yeah. Oh, one reason why they could still be wanting to do this, right, is this. People were trying to say that when Netflix said that YouTube was their competition, people tried to act like they were lying. Right? Yeah. Hey, yeah. if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And now I do. Anyway, he said David Ellison couldn't go to a Senate hearing, but he was bragging about having what he kept calling Warner Peer. Hey, right? Anyway, look. So people was arguing with me when I was trying to say that I believed Netflix when they were like, hey, our real competition is YouTube. Like, you guys don't understand, right? Our real competition is YouTube. And people was like, oh, no, that's not true. They're really competing with blah, 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 right? And I've heard these things in the past in other venues, and I think that people don't tend to understand what that kind of stuff means, right? Like, the same thing or like a similar thing happening like the video game space is some years back when Microsoft was like, hey, we're competing with Google and all this stuff. And people was like, well, what are you talking about? It's like, just because the companies are on, there's on two different levels, right? So when Netflix said they were competing with YouTube, I understood what they meant. People tried to act like, oh, Sky, you just over here capping and caping, right? Let's look at something, right? This is from Variety. YouTube continues to see a double-digit uptick in ad revenue in 2026, generating 9.88 billion of ad sales in quarter one, up 10.7% year over year. The platform generated more than 60 billion in revenue in 2025, according to Alphabet, making it the industry's largest player in terms of entertainment revenue. So, who's the real king of entertainment right now? Right? So, maybe this is another reason why Netflix is interested in attaining Warner Brothers. Because this is their competition. Like, yo, this is their competition, yo. This is their competition. 100%. So, them getting a foot into theaters, like more home physical entertainment, all of these different avenues, that's how they compete more with Google and YouTube. Rock Talk says, hence why Netflix invested in podcasts. They want the YouTube market, or at least some of it, right? He said, and would you look at that now? Netflix is suddenly in talks with Xbox about possibly making a deal. Yes, that is another thing. It has been rumored that Xbox and Netflix might be making a deal with Game Pass. So now Game Pass might come to net, bro. Man, look, y'all don't want to get me started talking about Game Pass. If you know, you know, because I can go on and on and on and on about Game Pass. But hey, I'm just saying, maybe that is why they are still hovering around this Paramount Warner Brothers situation, trying to maybe see if this thing can get broke up. And then they can just swoop back in. Because look, that's the thing. Warner Brothers is getting sold. Y'all think that they're not getting sold? Are you insane? Right? If this deal gets scrapped, y'all think that they're just gonna go back to normal? Huh? Man, I refuse to believe some of what y'all be saying, bro. Cake Batter said WB gets sold like every 4 to 5 years. Crazy. Yeah. If this deal falls through, it's a wrap. They're getting sold. What's going on, Mama Bear? Thank you for pulling up. Nessa said, I truly believe, some people believe that. I'm sure they do, right? They probably really do believe that this thing just gonna go back to normal. It's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. Everybody gonna stay. Everybody gonna keep their jobs, right? It's gonna be smooth sailing, right? But I'm just saying, like, hey, maybe they weren't lying when they said that Google was their true competition, or YouTube rather, right? Hold on now. Let me find what they over here talking about, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was all good just a week ago. Right? It was all good just a week ago. They getting sold by their own subscribers, bro. Was Netflix subscribers suing them? I don't remember that. Right? Do you guys remember suing Netflix to stop the deal? Does anybody recall that? I mean, look, I could be wrong. I could be wrong as, two left shoes, right? But I don't remember the subscribers. I mean, I am a Netflix subscriber, right? Like, I don't remember being part of any like class action lawsuit or any litigation, or even being asked, or even being in the zeitgeist, in the air, right? I mean, I could be wrong. Once again, let me know. Am I wrong? Did a lawsuit happen between the Netflix subscribers and Netflix to stop the deal? Right? Did that happen? Y'all saying no. But Mama Bear saying no. Macron saying no. Saint Happy says absolutely not. I mean, I'm just curious. This is nasty work. It's gonna be attorney general soon. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on? The people that got Paramount Plus probably ain't even look. They probably don't want to pay more for they ain't. They probably barely keeping a subscription as of right now, right? He said, maybe the subscribers should put in a vote, right? Uh-oh. Now we got Frank G. We had Frank C. And now we got Frank G. Right? Yeah. And to be quite frank with you guys, like, what's the over under on lawsuits for this? I'll set it at 5. Y'all going over or under, right? Are we going over or under 5 lawsuits? We're already at 1, right? Like, I mean, so it would need to be 4 more lawsuits involving this deal, right? What y'all got? Smack said they give away Paramount Plus to Walmart, and I still choose Peacock. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Castella's Way said nope. Shin Habit said the theater chains that's 2. So we got 3 more. That's what I'm saying. Right. Oh, Mama Bear said, are you counting the actors petition? No, I need a lawsuit. I need litigation. I need lawyers in court. I need people making opening and closing arguments. Right. I don't know. That's tough. That's tough. They thought they had an easy runway. Looks like it's about to be in for a fight. Because they have that ticker fee too. So if this thing even continues to drag out, I mean, they have to pay more and more. Right? So maybe that's the play. I don't know. He said, I count the Xfinity lawsuit. Wait, so Xfinity? That's 3. Bro, we got 2 more, yo. We got 2 more. Sinavi said that ticker fee is $680 million per quarter, right? Yeah. Drag this out a couple quarters, add a few more B's on there, right? Litigation, yeah, out the wazoo, right? I mean, because we got to do some investigations on this 49.5%, right? Like, we got to do some deep digging on that, right? I mean, for sure. Y'all don't think so? Or is it just me? I don't know. All right. Smackadon said, how long before all those blacklisted start suing too? So you're taking the over, is what you're saying, Smack. Right? I don't know. This is very, very interesting. It's a very, very interesting time. Right? I ain't even have a super lot to come out here and talk about. Y'all can go and start putting y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. You did, because yeah, I was just trying to come out here and tap in. Unless y'all got something else that y'all want me to cover before I start closing up shop. You know? All right. Yeah. Yeah, Castella's Way. I think that Netflix is playing a big part in this whole thing. Right? And those aren't my words. Right? Those aren't my words. That was Eric Gardner's words. You know? He was the one that said that. He was the one that said he was hearing that Netflix is trying to sabotage this deal behind the scenes, and that Paramount and other people think that that's what's happening. right? I mean, I'm not making that up, you know? Oh yeah, no. His pay was definitely non-binding, but I don't know, man. I think this is interesting, bro. I think this is interesting. I think this is very, very interesting. You know, and that guy said I would totally be doing the same thing. You think I wouldn't? Like y'all tried everything, all this hostile takeover stuff, this, that, and the mafioso tactics. Oh, you sure you don't want to? Sure you want to take this deal? I'm gonna extend. Look, I'm gonna extend the deal for the third time after you've already turned it down, and I'm not gonna change anything in the offer. I'm gonna just give you more time to think about it. And then you say no. Hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time to think about it. Like that's some. Is that not some mafia shit? Like just keep it a book. Like let's be honest, right? If somebody kept offering you, like, yo, look, I really want to do this for you, and you're like, nah, I'm good. He's like, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time to think about it. And then they come back, nah, I'm still good, man. Hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit more time to consider my offer, right? Yo, I really want to be able to protect your establishment. You know what I'm saying, right? You're like, nah, I'm good. I don't need no protection. Look, I'm gonna give you just a little bit more time because trust me, you really want to reconsider this deal. Like, you're not gonna change anything. Nah, it's the same offer, but you should have a new mindset though. Like, yeah, come on. Nah, come on, yo. The Synaptic said, wouldn't it be funny if TKO walks away from Paramount? Hey, we gonna see. So yeah, Necron, I'd be doing the same thing, bro. If they was doing all that to me, and I'm a big company too, worth billions and billions and billions of dollars, more than Paramount is, yeah, I'm gonna lean on them too. Right? Yeah, bro. Ted pull up at the White House and all of a sudden the deal's off. Like, what's going on? Right? And then Necron said, shocker, Gunn admitted they had no plan. For, bro, this fool on here asking us what we think should be canon. Yo, that's wild, bro. Is that not wild? He's saying, yo, what y'all want to be canon? Like, yo, man, this stuff is so silly, man. This is so silly. He's saying, what y'all want to be canon? I don't know what's canon. Canon schmanon, right? Canon is just a word. It's just a word. It doesn't mean anything. Wait a minute. Didn't he say that canon didn't mean anything? Ain't that what he said? That was the video where they asked him about canon, and then he goes, well, here's the thing. And then he just starts like laughing when like in like a really weird way. Necessary whole universe built. Yep, this fool got all he got movies on time. Whole universe built off of Twitter. Right? Yeah. He said Batman can fight Greedo, right? Yeah. Yo, see, we be the scribes always remember, right? He had that whole little, that whole little soliloquy on canon and how it was stupid and how we were dumb for wanting canon and whatever your head canon is canon, right? Yeah. Canon is whatever I want it to be. That's Gunn's exact words. He said, yo, man, this dude, and now he asking us. First he said it was whatever he wants it to be. Now he asking us. What a twist of fate. What a twist of fate. Man, I tell you. I love it though, man. I love it though. Look, y'all put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom, man. This is a hilarious time. This is such a good time to like just watch all these shenanigans take place. Because that's what they are. It's shenanigans. This dude over here, he don't know what's canon no more. Like, just think about that. Remember when it was only Peter and I know what the plan is? Now he asking y'all what y'all want the plan to be. Because he wasn't asking me. He was asking y'all DCU fans. He wasn't asking me. I don't know what the hell is going on over there. I ain't watched none of Peacemaker season 2. I ain't watched none of season 1 either. I'm all the way out. I ain't watched Creature Commandos. I ain't watched none of that shit. He said how those blue shirts fitting. Bro, they was in the theater. Bro, look. These fools be on there twerking, bro. All for a few dollars. And then turn around and be saying this.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
Oh my God, man. Making shit up as he goes. That is what Mikey Sutton said so long ago, and it is still ringing true to this day. To this day. Right? Frank C said 2 a.m. Creature Commandos watch parties, bro.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Get on out of here, bro. 2 a.m. Watch my Creature Commandos. Yo, I don't want to hear that these people ain't compromised, bro. Come on, man. Who the fuck stay up at 2 in the morning to watch Creature Commandos, guys? They have at 2 a.m. doing cartoons and cereal. He was like, yo, y'all gonna watch CC? I was like, cartoons and cereal? It's like, nah, Creature Commandos, 2 a.m. What? What are y'all doing, bro? Oh, man. I'm sorry. He said as soon as it go live, I'm on it. I'm on that Creature Commandos, bro. Anyway, look, man, I'm about to get on out of here, bro. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Right. I will be back tomorrow with another stream. I'll be sure to catch y'all next time, man. Y'all have a nice evening. Peace.